Hey everybody, my name's Martin Woodward, martinwoo at Microsoft.com. If you want to drop me an email, there's my email address. Or if you want to shout some abuse at Twitter, feel free, it should be good. Sorry to all the people at the back who are having to stand, my apologies. This will be live streamed down at the back there, and it's also being recorded, so if it gets boring and people need to walk away, don't worry, but hopefully it'll be cool. Right, we're going to talk about our DevOps journey inside Microsoft, what we've been up to. The only slide that's going to talk about the product is this slide right now, which is what I work on. So these are the tools that I work on and help build. So, you know, all the Azure DevOps services and work with the integration between Azure and GitHub. That's kind of what I do for my day job. What we're going to talk about today is DevOps in general. You know, DevOps is the union of people, process, and technology, delivering the flow of value to your end customers. And we're going to talk about how we've implemented DevOps inside of Microsoft and kind of some of the dumb lessons we've learned along the way, and hopefully help you avoid some of the mistakes that we made and don't have to learn it quite as painfully. So we'll see how this goes. Right. So our journey has actually been sort of several journeys combined. We started off kind of doing an agile transformation where, you know, before we were responsible for live services, we used to ship product in shrink-wrap boxes, remember? And on DVDs, and send you MSDN folders in the cool days. My first training course inside Microsoft was actually so I was allowed to approve the hologram that went on the DVD of the product that I shipped. You know, and I joined 10 years ago from a startup, and this was insane to me that like I shipped products on DVDs in, you know, well, 2009, you know, it was like, whoa, how long am I going to survive here? Thankfully, Microsoft has been moving more agile and then became, you know, a lot more cloud-focused over time. Another journey that's been very part of my life is along this journey as well, as part of the open source journey that Microsoft's been on. So I actually created our GitHub account in 2014. That was me. It ran on my corporate Amex card for quite a while, until the bill got a little bit too expensive, but it was good fun. And then, you know, we did VS Code, joined the Linux Foundation. This open source journey has been happening kind of at the same time as our DevOps journey, and the two things are kind of starting to intersect. Right now, if you go to whatsprintisit.com, you'll see what sprint it is for us. We're on sprint 161. We currently have around about 8,500 open source projects on GitHub, and 25,000 people contributing to the GitHub side. So that's gone from 1 to 8,500 over this time. And then the growth of our engineering system has been pretty massive as well. I mentioned I joined Microsoft in 2009. It's exactly 10 years this week. In fact, it was announced at TechEd Berlin. You know, that's how old I am. And so this is kind of an org chart of Microsoft back in those days when I joined the company. This is all the tech companies. And then this is Microsoft in particular, which, you know, that coming from a startup, that felt a little bit too truthful, to be honest. So things have changed a lot, thanks to, you know, Satya Nadella has done a lot of that work. One of the things that Satya's been very focused on is that we work hard on improving our engineering systems and our engineering culture inside of the business. Any changes we can do to improve our engineering culture and our engineering processes means that we can make ourselves more productive, because we're a software company, and then we can make everybody else more productive, because we can deliver more features to our customers. So that's a key mandate that Satya's had for his leadership team and kind of forced through the organization. It really helps when you have strong leadership pushing down an objective and you have the grassroots movement and the two meet in the middle, because let's face it, it's all the middle managers that are the problem. I count myself as a middle manager, by the way. It's all the middle managers that are the problem for culture change. Top-down direction, bottom-up, grassroots growth, and the two meet together. Our internal engineering system inside Microsoft has grown substantially. So right now, we have just over 100,000 users using Azure DevOps and using GitHub, deploying into production every single day. Of that split, it's roughly 50-50 between real engineers and then, you know, people like me, overhead, you know, like people who do work items and delete emails and all that sort of stuff. So we have a mix between engineering users and non-engineering users. Here's some numbers I like to do when I'm kind of justifying myself, why I exist and why my team exists when talking to Satya. So there are 107,000 engineers in Microsoft. These are just vanity numbers, okay? Like, this is fun. So if we can save 1 second a day in Microsoft's productivity for everybody, then that's the equivalent of adding 4 new people to Microsoft. You know what I mean? When you're at this scale. Just by saving a second a day, 4 new people at the company. If we can save a minute a day, that's like adding 163 new people into Microsoft. That's a big team that we've just added for free into the business. If we can save an hour a day, bearing in mind we've gone from taking the office build times to build Office. It used to take, 19, 20 hours. Now it's getting down to minutes and things. So we've saved multiple hours. We save 1 hour a day across the business for everybody. That's the equivalent of adding nearly $3 billion to the company's bottom line. All of a sudden, we're greater than a $2 billion business inside Microsoft, and we count. So that means that that's why there's a lot of engineering resources get poured into Azure DevOps and into GitHub and all of our engineering tools. Because we use these tools to ship products to you, and so we invest in them for our own productivity, and then we make them available to you to use as well. So that's why they're available, and that's why they're so cost-effective as well and so feature-rich. If we just, again, some vanity numbers while I'm on it. We went inside Microsoft from shipping every 2 or 3 years. Let's forget about Longhorn. So every 2 or 3 years to shipping 82,000 times a day. Now, that's a vanity number. That's not into production. That's like different stages, But across the business, from Azure pipelines, 82,000 deployments a day, which is just insane to think about where we've come from. The biggest thing that we've learned as we've done this really is, it's the thing in Microsoft, shipping is a feature. If you come to the Azure DevOps booth later, we've got these reusable straws that say ship it on them. That's the mantra you hear inside Microsoft. When somebody agrees with something, you say ship it, ship it. That is what it's about. Shipping is a feature. It's always been the culture that way. We used to have these Ship It awards, but what we needed to do was change the culture to think about releasing early and often rather than worrying about mean time between failure. When you build a shrink-wrap product, you're worrying about having to recall all those DVDs and shred them. When you're building online services, you're worried, what you're trying to think about more is how quickly can I fix? How quickly can I remediate this problem? And that's the thing that you focus on, not on mean time between failure, mean time to, fix. So we changed our definition of done. In the old days, it was it compiles, okay? It works on my machine was definition of done. And then you would report it as done, and then you would spend 9 months making it actually work. Now, it's live in production. That's what it became at first, live in production. The thing with DevOps, it's no good getting really, really quick at shipping if you're not learning really, really quickly as well. When we started, we were shipping really, really quickly, and then we'd be like, have we made it better or worse? I don't know, it's going to take me 9 months to figure it out. Well, that's no good. Now you're just shipping really, really quickly in completely the wrong direction, You need to be able to learn quickly as well. And so we changed our definition of done, that we're not allowed to report a feature has been done until we learn. How long, till we've got telemetry back that tells us if we've made the system better or worse. And when you get good at DevOps, it should be like an eye test. It should be like being an optician. It's very, very small changes. Have you made the system better or worse? Better or worse, until you hone in on that system that you want to build for your customers. Does that make sense? Okay. So one of the things that we learned was we needed to ship very often. We needed to get it to being released, everything off master. And then as we ship, we do, sort of short pull request-based branches. And then when we ship it to production, we actually create a feature branch that represents where production is right now. And then that allows us to do it. Because we have such a big data center estate, it can take us a week to fully roll out a build. So we actually take a branch, but we can hotfix these branches if we need to, because at any one point in time, we can have a couple of versions in production. And if we've got an urgent security fix, we have to go in and hotfix them. So we can do that. That's how we work. The problem that then introduced once we get to this is how do you continuously integrate? How do you do all that with a team of 800 people? How do you make that work? Everybody shipping from master. So we went in, we looked at feature flags. So a feature flag is basically, it's just a fancy if statement, you know? If feature enabled in the database, then go execute your piece of code, and then you have a toggle that just switches the if statement on or off. And you can actually do these in the UI for some of our preview features. You can come in and switch the feature flag on and off yourself. Feature flags are awesome. They reduce integration debt. They do have lots of great features. The biggest problem with feature flags is marketing. Marketing love feature flags. Because you switch a feature flag on, and you enable a dark launch, what we call a dark launch. Basically, that's where, when you see Scott Guthrie, hang on a minute, he comes on stage like this, and he goes da-da-da-da-da, and what marketing do is they really love it for the feature that he's talking about to go live as he's saying it. That's just awesome. That's a great news event. That's terrible for live site availability, okay? Because if you introduce a large change straight away, problems happen. It was Connect 2013, I believe, yeah, where we did that. As Scott Guthrie's walking on stage, we switched on all the feature flags, all the things, so that we could light it up for Connect. He comes on stage. As he's coming on stage and starts doing his demo, Azure crashes globally, okay? Uh-oh. That's not a great way of having career stability inside Microsoft, okay? You know, we're a no-blame culture, but occasionally things like that you've got to learn from pretty quick if you're not careful. So we learned. What we learned was not to not use feature flags. What we learned was to make sure all feature flags are enabled at least 24 hours before a major launch event. So if you want a budding career as a tech blogger or whatever, if you want to beat Mary Jo Foley and all those sorts of people, just go use Azure the day before Satya's keynote. All those feature flags are already enabled. The features are there because we have to have them switched on before a major launch. We introduced process. We didn't introduce technology. We didn't stop doing it. We just introduced a new safety check. And this brings me to another lesson. Who here tests in production today? Okay, a few hands. Who here has ever had a bug in production that they didn't know about until they'd shipped it? Okay, that's it. Everybody tests in production, okay? Everybody tests in production. You just have to admit it to yourself that that's what you do. And so you then got to adopt tools and processes that meet the reality of the fact you are testing in production. So what we do is we do what we call progressive exposure, or canary releases is another name. And we deploy to a small number of our users first and gradually grow that as we're going. So we start off with a small number of users and then we exponentially increase. This is actually a screenshot of the release process. If you want to come over to the booth later on, I'll actually log in and show it to you. So we log into Microsoft internal users first, then we go to data centers, we do latency, and we leave a 24-hour free busy cycle between each release to a different set of rings, so that we can get that peak traffic loads and low traffic loads and all that sort of stuff. Now, when we do that, we try and make it easy to deploy. So we actually have a chatbot integration into Microsoft Teams that allows you to say, deploy this particular service. And then you can actually ask the chatbot, where is a service? Believe it or not, in Azure DevOps, we still have a service name called TFS. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, okay? And so where's TFS? And AZDD goes and looks up the status for us of the different ring deployments. And then as an SRE, you can quickly go look and see where things are. As part of the team, everybody in the team can see what's going on. I recorded this from my phone when I realized the internet was so spotty. I thought I'd record this from my phone, so I can do this anywhere. Go get the status of ring 3, and then I can actually go look up the deployment. Everybody in the team has access to live site status. Everybody in the team has a sense of ownership around what's in production. The next thing is to get customer obsessed. This is a big thing about Satya. Everything is about getting value into the customer's hands as quickly as possible and making sure the live site is available for customers. When we have live site issues, and we make mistakes, when we make mistakes, we fire up a call bridge. Occasionally, Scott Guthrie joins those bridges and says, hello. Oh, no, sorry, even deeper. Hello, can I have an update, sort of thing. Maybe not in a Lancashire accent, maybe in Scott Guthrie's voice. But yeah, people join, people have these calls, and it's a great way of communicating. So we've really had to work hard to build a culture of live site availability. This is something that we just didn't have inside Microsoft before we started this journey, because we were used to shipping shrink-wrap products. We've got a long journey to go in building our live site culture, but we're getting better every day. And this is something I guarantee many of you are already better at than Microsoft was 3 or 4 years ago, because you're used to supporting your customers live and in production. We weren't. We were shipping shrink-wrap software, so we've had to build that muscle over time. The next thing you need to make sure you're doing is looking at measuring impact. Not how busy we are, but how much impact are we having on our customers. So we measure team success using things like how satisfied the customers are, measured by NPS, what the churn rate is, where they drop out in the process, how much features are getting used. We measure our own internal engineering systems by how quickly we can go from idea to data, how quickly we can have an idea, get it through the backlog, build it, test it, deploy it, and learn. ITD, Microsoft loves acronyms, okay? Life site health, they're the things we care about. Things we don't care about. Nobody here cares about lines of code developership, do they? Because that's clearly stupid. You know, if you have a day where you delete 3,000 lines of code and the system's got better, that's the best day you've ever had in your life, okay? We don't care about this sort of thing. We actually don't care about individual team burn down and velocity, because that's all, you know, that's just all stuff, that's activity. Teams can control that or how they want. They have complete independence how they want to run their projects. Now, when you're running your teams, you need to make sure your DevOps teams are being sustainable, that you look after your teams. When you start sprinting and when you start delivering very rapidly, you also want to make sure you don't burn your people out. Our teams are in physical rooms typically. We don't do follow the sun development because we want a strong sense of feature ownership. So we have everybody together. We try and get them in the same room. We got rid of offices inside of Microsoft. Everybody hates that. But it works to building team culture and make sure everybody's kind of all together. We keep the teams intact, and they own deployment of those features. We have a thing in our side of the business. Nobody else does this in Microsoft yet, because what I'm about to say is clearly crazy. But in our team, what we do is we allow our engineers to choose which team they work on roughly every 2 years. And we get the managers up and we explain what features we're working on, and every 2 years, the team gets to decide where they go work. 80% of the team stay where they are. 20% of the team decide to change. Of those people, we usually get them the first choice. You know, sometimes we have to negotiate. We want to have our teams to have career mobility. We've got awesome people. We've got, you know, amazing people. We want them to have career mobility and to be able to grow without leaving our team. And worse, without leaving Microsoft, okay? So we try and give them opportunities for career growth and career change and engineer those into the process. Now, the key thing I want you to go away with today is, what can you do tomorrow? I have told you all this stuff. This is clearly like rocket science. We're 10 years down this journey, okay? Don't think you have to do this to do DevOps. What can you do today that will make, well, not today, because what you're going to do is probably walk for 10 miles. What are you going to do next week when you've recovered from walking? What are you going to do to make your process, your delivery process, a little bit better that day, that week, that sprint? What can you do? And then if you add that up for 10 years, you can make really, really big improvements to how you're working. So this is where we are. We've had lots of sprints. As I say, sprints, 161 sprints so far. So what's next for us? What's next is learning to collaborate, taking our learnings from open source, and that's actually changed the culture inside Microsoft and help us get better at sharing inside Microsoft as well as sharing with the open source community. So we're going to be doing more and more inner source work, sharing work, and we're using GitHub to do that. We're making sure we make it easier for our developers to be secure by shifting left with security tooling, getting that earlier in the process. And we're also investing heavily in like our resilience engineering practices, because we need to get better. When you've got a chaotic system, which any like multi-tenant, multi-data center cloud environment is inherently a chaotic system, when you have that system, you need to adopt processes that adapt to that reality, and that's what we're doing right now. I'm on my last slide exactly a minute ago, so this is fantastic. So the last thing I'll leave you with is DevOps isn't this magic silver bullet, okay? Calling yourself a DevOps engineer is not going to solve the world. Saying we're doing DevOps is not going to solve the world. What can you do to improve a little bit each time? Call it whatever you want, but what can you do to be continuously improving, and do that when you get home, when you get back to your office? It is your job. Do not ask for permission. Dear boss, can we do DevOps? Who cares? Go do some DevOps. Go improve a little bit, and you start making improvements, and you start getting better. Thank you very much for your time. I'll be over in the booth over there if people have got questions, but thank you very much for coming. Appreciate it.